Lovelies, my name is Jessica and welcome to Makeup.misfit. And yes, by the title of today's video, this is going to be my Pan Those Eyeshadows finale. I know I'm ending this a little bit sooner than I was intending. This came very unexpected, but as I get into the video, you will see and I will explain why this is the finale and not December. Now, this is the color story that I have been working on for the past few weeks or so. 3 of these shades always come from a palette, and then the 4th shade is a single, just so I can get some rotation on my singles. That shade gets switched in and out each and every month. So let's chat about what we've got going on here. So first is the shade New Yker, and that comes from this beautiful ABH and Amrezy palette. I just love the outside of this, but this is what the inside is looking like. So this is New Yker here, and as you can tell, there is no pan, but I can feel a little bit of usage. Now, I'm nowhere near hitting pan in this, but last month I gave myself just a little bit of a caveat. I had hit pan in Barb, and I told myself that if I was able to hit pan in the shade Cupcake, I would then roll this palette out. Not necessarily because I had 2 pans in here, or I was giving myself like an excuse to roll it out necessarily, but I knew I wasn't going to get anywhere near pan with New Yker, and that shade along with Barb and Cupcake was a look that I really did like to do. I would put New Yker in the crease, Cupcake on the outer half of the lid, and then Barb would be on the inner half of the lid, and I thought it was just such a pretty look. So I definitely did that a few times. And as you can tell, I have pan in not only Barb, but now I have pan in Cupcake. So I will be rolling this palette out. I will be rolling the shade out. I am very happy. I have actually reached for the shade a few more times this month. I don't think I did so very much at all, if at all, before the previous update. But I was definitely working on Cupcake. I really do enjoy that shade, and Barb. Pretty much whatever I throw in the crease, if I'm wearing those 2 shades together, I just enjoy how it looks. So like I said, this was just a little caveat that I gave myself last update. Now, just because I gave it to this palette does not mean that I'm going to do it with every palette, or I may change my mind partway through this project. I just wanted to be very flexible for myself and have it work what's best for me. So it just kind of goes on based off of how I'm feeling. So it could change update to update. It could also change palette to palette. Just depends. But I am happy that this palette now has 2 pans in it, even if it wasn't the shade that I was working on. But that means that this is getting rolled out. Next, we have this beautiful purple shade, which comes from my ColourPop and Lizzie McGuire palette, and that is the shade Hello Fabulous. And Hello Fabulous, I hit pan, and I'm so excited about it. So as you can tell by the shape of the pan, I was using this as my lower lash line color, or one of them. Now, I did like to do it that way opposed to wearing it all over the lid, because I found that it didn't look quite right on me, at least, or maybe just the way I was doing it. So I really did like pairing this with another purple, this one right here, or just other shades in general on my lower lash line, and I found it was very light and pretty and bright. So I really enjoyed doing that. I'm really happy that this has now another pan. This one is completely finished off. I have started dipping into this shade ever so slightly, just as a little inner corner. Just a little something to kind of brighten it up just a touch bit more. But I really do need to work on this palette and give it a little bit more love. There was a shade in here that I had in another project. Don't ask me what it was. Maybe it was Deca Panning, because I honestly haven't done that project in God knows how long. So I am happy that this actually got rolled in. As much as I was a little afraid of it, I'm happy that I have an extra pan in here now, and I do enjoy this palette, this color story. I think it's super cute. Now, on to the next shade, which is Coconut Slushie. This was rolled in last update, and this was from my Summer Vibes palette by Gimme Glow. Now, when I open this, it's going to look a little bit different from what it looked like last month, because what I did was I switched a couple shades around. Now, not necessarily within this palette. I took some out and I put some singles that I had in here, and I also took a couple shades from the Coral Nightlife palette and I put them in here. So this is what my palette's looking like. So this shade is new, this shade is new, and this shade is new. And I really like how it looks. I think it's super cute, super fun and bright. And yeah, I mean, it's a little too neutral down here for me, but that's fine. I don't need to worry about that. I love how this palette's looking at the moment, and I'm sure you can see it from here, but Coconut Slushie has pan in it as well. Now, I had this palette in another project to use 10 times, and Coconut Slushie was a shade that I had no problem reaching for. So I know it definitely had a little bit of usage before I rolled it in last month. It did have a little dip if you saw that. So hitting pan in that didn't take too long at all, and I'm happy. I think I hit it just a couple of days ago. I would just wear it all over the lid with something else in the crease and a little inner corner and kind of be done with it. Or I would pair it with a couple of other golds that I'm currently working on as well. And I found that it was just easy to work with. I really did enjoy it. And I'm happy that one of my Gimme Glow shadows has pan in it. So yeah, so that's what this palette is looking like. That's what that shade is doing. And then the very last shade is my single, which is Oob from Looksy. I do have it in this little palette here, so I will take it out. Cross your fingers everything goes well, because if you know me and singles, I shouldn't say that. Me and singles are best friends. Nothing ever goes wrong with me and singles. I have pan in that one too. Now, I had such a big dip in this shade when I rolled it in. I knew it wasn't going to take me long. It took me one use and I hit pan, but I continued to use it. I definitely expanded that pan because I love this shade so much. I don't remember what project it was, but I had used it a few times and created such a lovely dip. But we're going to put that back in this magnetic palette. And yeah, you can see it there. So I'm really happy that this shade has pan as well, but that means that all 4 shades I hit pan on this month. I don't think that's happened yet this year, and I'm so excited about it, especially since these 2 were in here for quite a while. I mean, okay, this shade doesn't have pan, but my little caveat about having Cupcake and Barb have pan, they both have pan in it. So I mean, 2 shades out of a palette that I really wasn't reaching for a whole lot, I'm happy with. So this is why this is my finale, because I figured it would probably just make it easiest to not roll in 4 brand new shades to try and hit pan on within 1 month. I am going to refresh and restart this project in January. So January 7th of 2024, stay tuned for my new intro. But yeah, I feel like this is just going to give me some time to focus on other shades in my collection that I want to work on, or especially the ones that I have in other projects, or even allow me to pull a couple of extra shadows in here and there without feeling like I'm super overwhelmed. Because sometimes working on so many shadows and wanting to hit all of my goals on them all, which most of the time is just to hit pan, is a little bit overwhelming, or at least it can start to feel that way. And this is just supposed to be a fun project, super flexible. Let me work it the way that I work it, what makes it best for me and what makes me happy. And so far it's been working. So this is going to continue this flow into 2024. So I hope that you guys have been enjoying the way that I've been doing this and that you will continue to watch me next year. But this will be the finale. So you won't see this video up for a couple of months. So I hope you're excited when you do see my intro next year. So that is it. That is all. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. I appreciate you. And that is all for now. So I'll see you guys all later. Bye.